nation! No donation, no salvation!
And remember, respect is everything.
And we're back. And today... Okay, before we start, yeah, I'm not taking chances with these two, so I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, so we're back, and today we're going to look at Lockdown and Nightbird. Yeah, I figured this would be a good time to update these figures since I've been gone for a while, and before you ask why I was gone for so long, I was sick. I was very, very sick. No joke, literally, the first thing I did when I woke up 2 days ago was puke my guts out into a toilet. But anyway, that's irrelevant and kind of disgusting. But anyway, Nightbird here is modeled after the R33 Nissan GTR, kind of like in Rise of the Beast, which is my main reason for choosing this vehicle mode. Yeah, I thought it was a cool car, and I had some gray parts left over that I wanted to use, so I figured this was the best way to do it. And yes, I know the front is excessively large, but if you're new here, all of my Transformers are done in a very cartoony and very exaggerated style, very similar to a lot of the anime or Mega Man cartoons or video games if you're familiar with that franchise. Lockdown here is modeled after his Revenge of the Fallen counterpart, if you're familiar with that, which, yes, I did finally get a hold of one of these. It was not cheap. A lot cheaper than most listings, but that's because I was also browsing eBay at 3 a.m. because I'm weird like that. But yes, I managed to get him for a decent deal. He's a little beat up, but maybe I'll review him at a later time. But let's take a good look at Lockdown since he's kind of the more interesting one. So yes, I redid most of the car mode because I just wasn't happy with the original. Decided to make it a little beefier in the rear. The only thing I didn't add was that giant rear spoiler on the other one because it was a little overkill. I don't know. It's just, I'm not really feeling that spoiler. I kind of like the more clean kind of muscle car look. So there's Lockdown with his singular one massive headlight of doom. And we'll take a good look at Nightbird's car mode too, because why not? So yeah, this is definitely not, I mean, it's inspired by the Rise of the Beast version, but it's not completely, like, meant to, like, be based on it. It's just the same type of car. Without further ado, let's get to the transformations. Okay, so we'll start with Nightbird since she's the new one here. So first things first, now, you don't have to do this for transformation, but if you want to, you can remove this rear window section, and I'll explain why in a minute. Then you want to lift the front of the car upward. Also, by the way, I'm finally using my new phone, so if the video quality is better, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will go back to using my old phone because I still have it. I just got sick of using it as a phone, but the camera on it was still amazing, so if I do have to go back to it, I have no problem doing so. But hopefully this new phone will provide some much needed new features that the other one just could not. I'm sorry if I'm just stuttering a lot. I haven't done reviews in quite a long time, and these have been, frankly, a little overdue. And again, I'm sorry about that. Just, I got sick. Life happens. It is what it is. And there's Nightbird. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this one came out. The backpack's not too bad. Now you're probably wondering what's going on with this thing. Well, it can actually act as a shield. So if you want to plug that into one of her arms, you can do that. For her weapons, I made her a katana sword and some nunchucks. So you can go ahead and just clip those on here to the bottom right there, like all my other figures. And now she has her nunchucks of doom that she can bash your skull in with. Or she could slice you up with this really neat little sword, which can also plug into the shield if you really wanted to. Alright, now let's look at Lockdown, since he kind of went through a major overhaul. So, I've been recently rewatching a little bit of animated, mostly the episodes with Lockdown in it, and I'm not gonna lie, this character is so underrated, and it's kind of sad that the last appearance he made in Transformers, at least that I know of, was, actually no, he was in Cyberverse, but he wasn't really a bounty hunter. He was more just generic oh crap, that wasn't supposed to happen. Insert the spammy spam, since we haven't used that in forever. Okay, no biggies. They're Legos, they go back together. But yes, the EMP generator is finally a separate thing now and actually functions. So first things first, lift up the front of the hood, just like that. Fold up this trunk compartment, if that's what we're going to call it. And we shall lift this upward. Fold in these little side panels. Go ahead and leave that the way it is for now. Next, we shall rotate the rear of the car out, then rotate that inward, and then rotate this out like that. So it should look something like this. Let me see if I can demonstrate it better on this side. Because, yes, my camera work is a little rusty, but that's what happens when you end up the way I do, because only my luck, apparently. So there we go. Arms are done. Next, what we want to do, if I can do this without messing anything up, I'll go ahead and fold the head out now. Go ahead and rotate the arms out just like that, so that the exhaust pipes are inward. They should be on the leg, but again, this is just kind of my own little rendition. It's not really meant to be 100% accurate to any major version of Lockdown, at least to a degree, of course. Go ahead and fold the legs up like that. Then, what you want to do is rotate this fake chest, which, yeah, I know, it's a fake chest, whatever. This is nothing new for my creation, since they all kind of have to, you know, work with this whole sort of anime aesthetic that I like to give them. Go ahead and rotate that out like this. Stand him up straight. His eyes, actually, if you notice, one of them is kind of like squinted because, well, he had an accident and had to replace one of his optics. But that's what happens when you're dealing with your rivals and you don't really know what's coming up their sleeve. Anyway, I'll go ahead and just put him down like that. Take his little EMP generator, plug that into his arm. Grab his new and improved hook device, clip that in. He's not really much taller. He's just kind of a little more fleshed out, I guess. I was trying to honor more the original aesthetic he had while still kind of sticking to my own aesthetic. But there he is in all his chibified glory, if that's what you want to go with. And yes, I know, Seven City is a mess. There's literally been wrecks and all sorts of disasters everywhere, so I apologize. Anyway, before we end the video, I figured I'd show them off with the rest of their team, since I did make a few changes to them as well. With the general, I didn't do much. The only thing I changed was I took all the decals off and I redid most of the torso because, I'll be honest, it structurally was not very sound, and those decals really sucked because I literally just drew them on a piece of paper and glued them on to or I didn't glue them on, I taped them on, and it looked really bad. But, anyway, so there's the general. I also went back and updated our channel mascot, the Matador, because his arms were looking a little too thin. So I beefed them up a little bit so they're a little more flush in car mode. And just for full effect, I figured we'd throw in final member of the team, which was Skullface, because technically he is part of this whole little squadron. So I figured I'd just throw him in there just so we get the complete effect. Because these are kind of my little rogue misfits. They don't really belong to the Decepticons or Autobots. They're just kind of their own deal. So that's part of the reason I like this team, because they really have no place. They just kind of exist. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry that I haven't been posting videos in a while. Like I said, I was sick, so there was nothing I could do about it. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this little update. I may go into the rest of these in further detail, but for now, I'll see you all in the next video.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!